got
What
it.
happens when a Hollywood actor takes over late-night TV and roasts
Trump and Fox
News live on air?
On Jimmy Kimmel's late night
Well,
show.
Diego
Presented
Luna
without the
decided to
title
find
itself.
out.
This morning I went on Truth Social. For the first time in my life. I felt dirty. I had to shower 4 times. Trump has been updating everyone on the situation in the Middle East. It is very complicated, but thankfully your president is a political genius. And really broke it down in simple terms.
You know what? We basically have 2 countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.
Thank you, Mr. President. By the way, that's what many people say about him, right? He doesn't know what the he's doing.
Lights dimmed, the band played, and Jimmy Kimmel walked on stage with a grin that spelled trouble. By the time the monologue ended, Donald Trump and Fox News were not just the punchline, they were the meltdown.
Last night, I got the highest honor a late-night host can receive.
When did the comedy and entertainment shows, Laura, become an excuse for boorish political commentary?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Actor Diego Luna.
Oh, my
guest
God.
hosted, I don't know who that is. Guest hosted for Jimmy Kimmel. I don't think I've ever watched a Jimmy Kimmel.
No one else is either.
And it was happened the other night, and this was, to be fair, this was really knee-slapping in its monologue.
You wanted to slap something.
They pay a lot of taxes, a lot of them, with their jobs. Yeah. Papers or no papers.
Is he speaking from experience? Why do we care, Laura? He's an actor.
Again, I don't even know who that is.
Well, he's an actor on a Disney Plus show, a Star Wars
Sorry,
show
I
called
missed that.
Andor.
Oh. Thank you. By the way, Jimmy, that's my gift to you. Whatever name this woman has, I got her to finally watch your show.
This wasn't satire with a soft landing. This was a full frontal roast, wrapped in facts, marinated in sarcasm, and served up with the kind of precision that late-night TV hasn't seen since Jon Stewart's prime. Jimmy didn't just poke fun at Trump, he dismantled the right-wing narrative piece by piece, all while keeping his audience laughing and the political establishment sweating. It all started with a clip Fox News desperately hoped would never air again. Donald Trump, in full spin mode, downplaying the climate crisis even as cities drowned and wildfires raged. Kimmel wasted no time.
I come from a galaxy far, far away called Mexico. I've never hosted a talk show before, but I will try my best. English is not my first language, so I hope you guys will help me if I get, deported. With everything going on in this country around immigration and authoritarian policies of Donald Trump, it is no small thing that a Mexican is hosting such an important show.
Time weaving the footage into a brutal takedown, pairing Trump's oblivious quotes with actual disaster footage, flooded streets, burning neighborhoods, and stranded families. The message was clear. While America suffers, Trump plays golf and Fox makes excuses. Then came the real sting. Kimmel pivoted from climate denial to the tangled web of Trump's ongoing legal troubles. From hush money payments to classified documents, the late-night host laid it.
I even got a review from Fox News. Yeah? How exciting is that? Come on. Narcos Mexico star trashes Trump immigration policies while guest hosting Kimmel. Yeah? I've done more than 70 movies and shows. I wonder why they choose the one where I play a drug dealer. Yeah. But if Fox News is talking about it, that means I'm probably on Donald Trump's radar now. So I've taken a few extra precautions. I have my suitcase packed, ready to go in case I need to flee the country, you know? Tijuana is hours away.
It all out like a prosecutor in front of a jury of millions. He didn't need new revelations, just the receipts already sitting in the public domain. Paired with Trump's own contradictory interviews and Fox hosts' desperate pivots, the montage practically built itself. It wasn't even comedy anymore. It was commentary laced with gut punches. Fox News, predictably, went on the offensive the next morning. Disrespectful, one anchor growled. Unpatriotic, said another. But no amount of outrage could change the fact that Kimmel had just done what few in legacy media dared: hold Trump accountable with clarity, wit, and zero Viewers flooded social media with clips, hashtags, and praise. The segment went.
I've also hired an immigration lawyer. This is Lori. She's going to listen to my monologue and tell me if I go too hard on Trump or the MAGA universe in general. Let's test it out, Lori. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do we have any Trump jokes laying around?
Oh, yeah. We got a lot. Here, why don't you take these two?
Okay, you can put those in my trunk.
Yeah. You got
All right, let's do this. Knock, knock. Eyes, everybody, hide!
Yeah, that one's okay.
Let's try another one. Why does Donald Trump want to screw immigrants? Because the one he married won't screw him. Okay, Lori. Thank you very much.
Viral in hours. The truth was trending, and the right hated every second of it. And Trump? He did what he always does when he's cornered. Raged on Truth Social. Caps lock screeds, misspelled insults, and paranoid accusations flew across the platform like sparks from a busted circuit. He called Kimmel a failing clown, accused ABC of election interference, and insisted he was the victim of a vast Hollywood conspiracy. Ironically, his tantrum only validated the skit. Kimmel mocked Trump's
Many people are feeling persecuted. Far too many people live in fear. Fear of taking their kids to school or going to places where they earn an honest living. These people, they're your neighbors, your friends, immigrants. This is very unfair, and they feed it. They nurture and teach its children. They care for the elderly. They work in construction, hospitality. They run kitchens. They're technicians, merchants, athletes, drivers, farmers. They pay a lot of taxes, a lot of them, with their jobs. Papers or no papers. In 2022, undocumented immigrants contributed around $96.7 billion worth of taxes. But that is something that the Trump administration doesn't want you to know.
Response the next night with dramatic reenactments that turned the situation from brutal to downright Shakespearean. But the real embarrassment came not from Kimmel's jokes, it came from the quiet behind-the-scenes panic at Fox. According to insiders, producers scrambled to craft talking points that would both defend Trump and downplay the segment's viral impact. Some anchors flat out refused to air the footage. Others, like Sean Hannity, tried spinning it as leftist propaganda. But even conservative audiences started asking the one question Fox couldn't answer. Why is Jimmy Kimmel doing more honest journalism than our supposed...
I spent long seasons working here. Back when people still made movies in LA. Yeah. Until I felt alone and homesick. And just as I felt that, I immediately found a community that came out to support me, to show me their love and to remind me that something holds us together. The people that lifted me up were mostly people that had left their countries to find a new life, or the sons and daughters of immigrants that had come here in order to work and build a healthy, enjoyable, and dignified life away from their place of origin.
News network. That question loomed larger as other late-night hosts joined in. Stephen Colbert delivered a biting follow-up. Seth Meyers dissected Fox's contradictions, and even John Oliver re-entered the Trump arena with a vengeance. It wasn't a monologue anymore, it was a cultural shift. The silence of traditional media was being broken not by pundits.
I was thinking about this, but at this point, Superman is the only illegal alien Donald Trump doesn't want to deport, right? With all of these ICE raids and the National Guard roaming the streets of LA, it's been tough on the local economy. One place that has been hit really hard is the Flower District in downtown LA.
I'm here at the original Los Angeles Flower Market in downtown LA.
It's normally bustling. There's a lot of people normally here. It's a beautiful environment. People are very helpful.
But this week, it's been really empty.
Yeah, I agree. It's terrible. And I wanted to do something about it to help. And since Jimmy left his wallet on his desk, yeah, I asked Guillermo to go down to the LA Flower Market with all of Jimmy's credit cards.
Luna doesn't miss a beat when he talks about the ICE raids and protests causing chaos in the LA Flower Market. The place usually full of life, now it's a ghost town. He jokes, Superman's the only illegal alien Trump doesn't want to deport. But it's no laughing matter. The fear is real, and the market is struggling. Luna's response? He decided to help by sending Jimmy Kimmel's credit cards to support the businesses hit hardest by the raids.
If you live here in LA, please go down to the Flower District and support the business there. They could really use your help. I met a couple in downtown LA that makes the most delicious Korean tacos. Hey, come on, Korean tacos. A Korean woman falls in love with a Mexican, they have sex, then they have kids and a restaurant, like kimchi plus mole. That's an LA story.
But by comedians with better research teams than half of Washington. Kimmel's brilliance wasn't just in what he said, it was in how he said it. He layered fact-checking with visual receipts. He mocked Trump's rambling speeches by playing them back, side by side, with coherent political statements from leaders across the globe. The contrast was devastating. One moment featured Trump ranting about windmills.
Not far from there, Filipino and Hispanic people fought hand in hand in the fields to create the first agricultural workers' union. This changed the reality of the thousands of people responsible for feeding this country. The point is that Los Angeles is interesting and admirable precisely because of the cultural exchange. Thanks to the generosity.
It's in cancer, followed immediately by a Danish prime minister calmly explaining climate policy. The laughter from the crowd wasn't just amusement, it was relief that someone was finally saying what needed to be said. Then came the deeper blow. Kimmel turned his lens toward Fox's role in all of it. He aired clips of Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, and Jesse Waters parroting Trump's lines, sometimes hours after he said them. The coordination was undeniable. Kimmel's writers connected the dots in real time, turning the segment into a flowchart of propaganda that audiences could follow with jaw-dropping clarity. The visuals showed Fox not as a news outlet, but as a PR machine with a teleprompter powered by Trump's ego. In the aftermath, Fox tried to pivot. A few anchors offered generic condemnations of Kimmel, calling him elitist and out of touch, while others tried ignoring the viral segment entirely, but the damage was done. The clip had already racked up millions of views, dissected by commentators on TikTok, YouTube, and across Twitter.
I do love it here. Whenever I come to the US from Mexico, everyone says, "Welcome to America," right? And I'm like, wait, but I was in Mexico. I was already in America. Because Mexico is part of America, right? I mean, America is a huge continent. We agree on that. It's so big, in fact, that we had to break it into 3 parts: North, Central, and South America. Your country is called the United States of America. That means it's part of America, which does make you Americans, like everyone else in the continent of America.
X-memes exploded. Reactions poured in from celebrities, activists, even former Republican officials who admitted that while they disagreed with Kimmel politically, the guy wasn't wrong. And in a twist that must have stung even more, viewers began fact-checking. Fox using Kimmel's segment, users clipped side-by-side moments, showing how Fox changed their tone before and after Trump's scandals broke. One user even created an interactive timeline showing Fox's shifting narratives mapped against Trump's public legal timeline. The results, devastating. The illusion.
If you eat tacos, you're in America. If they're in a shell and that shell is flavored like Doritos, you're in the States. If you go to church, you're in America. If you go to church at the mall, you're in the States. If you have a truck, this is a good one. If you have a truck, America. If that truck has nuts, the States.
Of objectivity cracked and Kimmel was holding the hammer. Trump's anger only intensified. As legal pressures mounted, polls showed a slow erosion of his base's confidence. And while his hardcore followers remained loyal, the undecideds, the ones who laughed nervously at Kimmel's jokes because they recognized the truth, started slipping away. In swing states, late-night clips were being shared not as comedy, but as campaign materials. This wasn't just entertainment, it was political consequence wrapped in applause. By the end of the week, the media...
You guys may not know a lot about my country, but a lot of you are moving there. No, really, according to the State Department, the number of US citizens moving to Mexico is up by 70%. I know you're coming to Mexico for the culture, the nature, the diversity, all the things that will be banned in your country by the end of this year. But it's not just Mexico. People are also going to Spain, Italy, France, the Netherlands. Your main export is now yourselves.